Hello and welcome. I am Dogbert, and we are back again with another Dogbert's Team Toilet Paper Infographic because all MSF infographics are just toilet paper. That's right, and today we're doing the Hero Asgardians, but I've also added a little legend over here. We have the crap tier, kind of obvious what that is. Luxury, which means it's nice to have, it's a smaller boost to the character or team. Nice to have characters better with it, but works fine without it. Recommend it. It is a very high value for that T4, but not required to make the character or team work, and obviously required, needed to make the character or team work. So that's kind of obvious. Let's go see who we have in here at sheet 1. Who is going to wipe in? Well, it's going to be Thor wiping in at the first spot. And his recommended ISO is going to be Raider. Thor is the damage dealer of this team, the main one. He is the one that's going to kill people or kill things that you're going against. Just depends what you're doing. That's why you want Raider. You want more crit on him. He's going to be hitting a lot of targets constantly with his big AoE smash. As far as his T4s, his basic is only recommended. He doesn't need it to work, but my god, it's so much nicer to have it. It only flips defense up on the primary target if you're using that basic. It is a very good basic, it's just not required to make him work. Again, the special is also recommended. It does more damage, it hits an adjacent target. It's nice. It's a very nice recommended one. Again, it makes him even better, but his main job is mostly on to stand there, get charged, and smack the other team. His ultimate, again, also recommended. It gives only a 10% boost to the stun chance from 40 to 50%. It also gives more damage, 50% to all targets. It's a very nice T4, but you can run him without it and be fine. But it is highly recommended that you use this T4 and put it on him. So really, you're pretty much going to need pretty much all the T4s on him because his passive absolutely required. It gives him more damage to all enemies whenever he gets charged, which is should be happening a lot once you have this whole team together. And that very big Thors are very scary. So let's see who we have on sheet 2. Wiping in now is Valkyrie, and her recommended ISO is going to be Skirmisher. Unfortunately, I would love to have her as Raider, but unfortunately her focus is just too low. She needs the Skirmisher to reliably apply the stun and heal block. And as we get into her T4s, her basic isn't nice to have. It's okay. Not great. Just nice to have. Her special absolutely required. This makes it give out a stun. You absolutely want that stun on her special and use that as well. Her ultimate also required because this is the one that gives her the ability block. You definitely want her to have that ability block. You want to ability block somebody, or if you're putting on war defense, annoy the hell out of somebody by getting somebody ability blocked who's ever facing them. And finally, last but not least, her passive absolutely required, making it so that she's like giving out all the buffs, safeguard, and everything when somebody dies or herself dies as well. Absolutely required to make her do what you expect her to do. Wiping at number 3 is Jane Foster or Mighty Thor. And her ISO is another Raider. Again, this is another character that hits pretty much everybody with a lot of her attacks. She does a lot of damage. She's probably number 2 right behind Thor. Yes, that's another... Yeah, never mind. So let's move on to her T4s. Her basic is, again, another recommended one. It is a very good one. It is piercing damage. She does more damage. That's what you want, but she does her damage without it. She just gets better with it. Her special is absolutely required. It just makes it hit really hard to all enemies. That's what you definitely want. Her ultimate required. This actually makes it so it blinds somebody and a whole lot of piercing damage as well. Her job is to do damage. This does more damage. And this is probably the most important T4 on probably the entire team, and that is her passive. This is the one whenever Hero Asgardian goes and stuff, that she's going to charge up any chargeable, aka Thor and herself, so that they do more. And plus, she's going to do more damage when she gets fully charged as well. So this is why this one's probably absolutely required. It's probably the biggest one to make the entire team work really, really well. Wiping in at number 4 is the biggest turret of the team, and that is Heimdall. And, in the comics, Heimdalls are in the movies too. He can see everything in like a flea on a dog's back. Have you ever thought about what that really means? It means he can watch anything he wants. And of course, they also have like Thor, who always calls for portals, and Odin, who calls for portals from him. Couldn't you just imagine Thor in some bathroom stall? By Odin's beard! Heimdall! TP! I could see that happening. Yes, more toilet paper jokes. Okay, moving on. His ISO is Raider. He gets extra crit to the team. He gets some more crit. He's really not that... He's good damage, not great now. Like I said, he really is the turret of the team. He is kind of has to exist to make the team work. His basic is absolute crap. He doesn't do a whole lot of damage. This is just a single target attack. That's it. So it's crap. Don't bother with it. His special is, though, going to be required because that is the one that clears the negative effects, like a heal block or something, which is probably the most hardest thing for them to recover from is a heal block because they heal themselves whenever they take a turn. And Heimdall can clear it. That's why that is required. His ultimate is just a luxury. It's nice, but not really. It's Heimdall. And his passive is only if you care about war. It has no effect, like, say, in the future Scourge or outside of war at all. So it's up to you. I don't care about war. So. And finally, wiping in last in the 5th sheet is Sif. Now, this one's an interesting one since I have her as ISO as being a healer. This is a character who can be incredibly annoying because she gets that taunt, hard to get it off of her. And then it's like, oh, I almost have her down, and then she takes a turn and heals up. This will make her heal up even more. And for somebody who almost had dead, she'll heal them up. That's why healer is such an annoyance on this character, and she's really quite good now. She really does her job, which is stand there, take hits, protect the rest of the team. Her basic, though, is just a luxury. It's just more damage. It's okay, not great. Her special is nice to have. This can actually put out some nice numbers on her with her damage. But like I said, it's just a nice to have. This is what gives her taunt. And her ultimate is, again, another nice to have. It chains to more targets, and then she can hit pretty hard if she starts critting with that. But it's really definitely not needed on her, and you can be fine without it. And her passive is recommended. She will work without it, but this gives her block, and more importantly, gives the rest of the team even more resistance to negative effects. That is very helpful when you're looking at this team and trying to use it. I do think this team will be the Scourge team for war. They are incredibly hard to beat once they get into higher levels. They can do a whole lot of damage as long as they survive. So that's my take on the Hero Asgardians. This is their infographic. It will be linked down below in the description. Until next time, everybody.